In part by Intel, Vodafone, The Road to Odense, Betway, MSI, Logitech G, Pay Safeguard, Mountain Dew League, and ESEA. Vodafone presents the pre-match.
And welcome back to the ESL Pro League for the best of ones and for the group stage finals. My name's Hysterix. I'm joined by Brainstorm here, and we are moving forward to our last best of one. It is between Order and NaVi, and this one Tim thinks is going to be a bit more cut and dry, but I'm on the other side. I'm thinking that this one might be a little bit more interesting.
What we got over here, ladies and gentlemen, is a believer.
Yeah.
That's what we have. Jake, believe. Jake, I'm sitting here, and I would love to believe in those boys. And I do have a slight argument for why that might be something that we can do, but I'll get to that in a second. But NaVi are the second best team in the world. They have the best player in the world, and one of the best players potentially in all of Counter-Strike Go history. Simple is the first player. I was talking about to Jake about this in the break. Coincidentally, if you're a statistics sort of person, you like your stats. Simple is, as far as I'm aware, I'm pretty sure I saw a little while ago, the first player to ever hit plus 1,000 KD in a single year. I think Cold, in the years that he was the best, got like plus 900 and something, but Simple's the first one to ever break 4 digits positive KD. Nuts. And of course, there's like a billion other stats that support why Simple's the best. But here's the thing, right? Let me make the case to Order for you, Jake.
Yep.
Now, the event started today.
Yep.
In
the world.
Tuesday midday. There we go, in Denmark at local time.
Yeah.
So most teams would have flown over, I'm guessing, Sunday, Monday, something like that. Probably Saturday, Sunday, more likely. Order have been there for a week boot camping.
Yeah.
And because they've been boot camping in EU, that means that they can play European teams in their boot camp. Now, I'm not part of the organization. I'm not privy to what the team have been doing, but I'm assuming that if you're boot camping in Europe, you're playing against European teams. So maybe Order have pulled out some magic in their boot camp.
I know what you're saying, but Order wouldn't have booted, like NaVi wouldn't have boot camped them straight off the bat. So I'm
not saying they played NaVi. No. I'm just saying they will have been playing European opposition while they're over there.
I agree. So maybe Order, have built up. What's the word I'm going to look for? They've built up some resistance moving towards this matchup. Built up resistance.
Built up their immune systems to EU Counter-Strike.
You know what,
that's how it works.
We're not going to see Inferno here. It's been vetoed away by NaVi as we do run forward. It is going to be a Mirage that we're seeing here. Our first Mirage of the night, now best of ones. And that means it is going to change everything. Now for Order, Tim, we know a lot about this team. We've followed them quite heavily. They're in the Australian scene.
As is our job.
So, going into this, how do they break down a team like NaVi?
Well, I mean, Simple's going to style on you really hard. I mean, we've seen...
yeah. Oh, that's it? No, here's how he prepped.
Let me finish.
Yeah.
We've seen this happen before, where you'll have teams, Australian teams in particular, will go overseas, they'll have really good rounds, then someone will have a star performance and just ruin you. I'm thinking, of course, of Order in that ill-fated Nico 1v3, which I'm not sure if you would have seen, but for anyone who didn't see it, their CT on the A-bomb site on Mirage, speaking of Mirage, and Nico's alive on the T side with an AK. They peek him from top of stairs, middle of site, and jungle, I think, and he one-taps all three in about 3 seconds. So it's sometimes you just get styled on, but hey, maybe there's a chance for Order. Maybe their boot camp will give them something. We'll have to see. They're starting out on the T side here. 2 sets of utility for Imagine and for Alistair. And over on NaVi, Zeus the IGL with a kit in the smoke, everyone else armoring up.
Great opportunity for Order to show their stuff here. And of course, being the Oceanic region, the push comes out. Order making a move instantly. They do find the opening frag onto Zeus. And that was Hats who jumps down. This is good for Order. The plant does go through onto the B-bomb site. Not too much time for post-plant positions here, so they have to play it close. Electronic comes in around the side. Doesn't find the peak either. It's Hats once again. And what an opener here. A bit of a kicker for NaVi. Simple waiting in market. Hats is low, but he gets peaked as well. And it's Imagine that finds a kill. And NaVi just haven't found that opening frag. It's Hats every time. Edward hangs back, trying to take the 2v5, but it's over in an instant. One player left standing. And that's Flamey. Inns jumps all the way back out, but he goes down too. A bit of a perfect round there for Order to start us off from Mirage.
It's exactly what you want, really. They called the strat perfectly. Very possible as well that they've done a a bit of demo review on Na'Vi and know that that's how they prefer to take that or to hold that B bomb site, with Simple holding it from short, Zeus on the bomb side, everyone else having to rotate. Simple is a player who is pretty much always happy to fight mid on this map. He's the best in the world, and he knows that, so he's always incredibly confident in his aim, will try and take the fight always. So Order, they throw a smoke to shut him out, they overwhelm Zeus, and they're able to hold it off from there. Now, going to go onto the buy. Speak of the devil, there Simple is fighting mid with a deagle this time. He's confident with any gun to try and take the fight to the Aussies here. This time going to be peeking in from jungle with that deagle, with the smoke down in window, and Hat's very scared here, as you would be when you're facing off against Simple. It's not ideal, but Hat's going to run up. Can't quite get the multi-kill, though. Electronic gets the trade through. Keeps it a 3v3, and now the AK's in his hands. Well,
say that. Electronic does make it a 1v1, so it's still not very good. A 3k here on Electronic. With the AK in hand, he has head armor. So it feels like a bit of an even playing field, but the peak ends up going towards Imagine. And Order come across with that round, but again, it's an only just. Oh, Na'Vi take away almost everything from them. They won't have too much to buy here, but Order disrupted in their economy.
And I feel like that's going to be a pretty common theme. Every time Na'Vi manage to steal away an AK, we're going to see a bit of that. So Order had to be careful, but for now, they've held off the Na'Vi buy. Triple grenade here for Electronic, Simple, and Edward. Let's see where they're going to put them. It's a 4-stack on B, so some puzzles have easy answers, Jake. It's going to be a stack into B apps if Order step even a single foot in that area, but instead, going for a mid-split into A. Zeus trying to scout up on short and find his way out for some information, but Flamey gets cleanly entried by Alistair. The remaining 4 players with Na'Vi with just pistols. Probably just save the investment at this point. You're not going to get too much done. Maybe if you can throw those grenades in somewhere, you might find something, but more than likely, they'll just hold on to their guns. Order will get the bomb down. No contest here, and Na'Vi need to get things started in the 3rd round of the half. The fourth round. That's what I meant to say.
Well, Zeph's just going to be looking for whatever he can find, and it's a Zeus he picks up.
What a modelling photo that is, by the way. So I've been watching him run around with a MAC-10. That's all I've been looking at. Just that's a model pose. Look at that.
Well, he's a nice guy as well. I had the pleasure of meeting him at the Champs. And passionate CS player. Zeph will drop in the end there from Electronic. But
it's only a MAC-10 though.
It's only a MAC-10, well said. 3 rounds to Order, and here comes the buy from Na'Vi.
Now I want to see how Simple's feeling here. Is he feeling an AWP immediately? He's going to go for the rifle. Going to go for the AWP straight up. Fair enough. No one on Order going to upgrade into that, but Alistair or Hats. I mean, Hats is the secondary AWPer on this team. Usually, if they take 2, it's normally Ali who primaries though, and going up against Simple is certainly not an AWP duel that I would like to take. It's a very difficult one indeed. Hats has to be so careful not to overstep his mark here. Simple certainly one of those players that you can't give any opportunities to, and really it's none of them, and that's why we see Order playing so cautiously here. There's 2 players waiting for Flamey to push in. We'll go for the executor, at least a little bit of one now. They're still waiting for him to move, but instead he's just going to drop a smoke of his own. Use a bit of his own utility to waste Orders. There is going to be this backstab in through connector, but Edward up on short is waiting for this. In the meantime, though, Order, it's all a bit of a fake on towards the A-bomb site. He will be going over into B, where it's just Zeus waiting with a MAC-10. He's going to throw a pop flash and try and find something here. Well, Edward's got over in time.
Zeus does get blinded, but he finds a double train, and it's actually Edward who comes through strong as well. Inns does pop out, but Edward's sitting down here underneath Van. And this has gone horribly wrong for Order. 2 versus 4 is what they're left with. The jump down from Inns, but he doesn't even find that. It's Edward who gets 3. The turnaround, Imagine doesn't get that in time. And Order drop their first round. It's Na'Vi who come through clean.
Very well played there from Na'Vi, managing to hold on to the B rush. Zeus in particular with a MAC-10 in that situation does very well to buy enough time for Edward to get over. Order on their part going to go for a tactical timeout incredibly early. I assume... Actually, no, never mind. I was going to say I assume they had their coach with them, but they don't have one anymore, do they? Never mind that thought, but they do have some very experienced players in the Australian scene. And of course, Emag spent his time in North America with Winter Fox as well, so there's a lot of experience on this team to have a chat and figure things out. But Na'Vi of course, the second best team in the world with a couple of the best players. Electronic. And of course, the other three can certainly have their moments as well. It's no small task for the Order guys to overcome it. For now, they've got themselves 3 rounds, but Na'Vi back into the buy. Full utility, full guns. Hat's going to go for this challenge in mid once again.
Well, Zeph doesn't have a gun though, Tim. He's on the CZ, so even though guns in hand for the side of Order by 1. And Simple still on that AWP. Just seems like Order caught out last round, but looking to make that same push happen. Zeus holding the exact same position here with the HE nade. It goes out, and a bit of damage going to go down. Oh, that's painful there.
If they can make this happen quickly enough, they can get in before Edward or Electronic are able to rotate, but it's going to have to be right quick. They need to get this kill, then get any utility. And Zeus, he's done well. He's held strong for the first kill at least. That'll buy some time for his teammates to rotate on in, and while Order have the bomb site with the utility, well, that smoke has a hole in it. Electronic can try and get through.
Oh, the bomb player's going down. He can't stop it. Ins, you legend. Simple get the trade in the AWP from Marketplace with a molly out. He has to come forward. Order should know this. They do get the bomb plant down and through the wall. Simple just walks through. He's going, where are they? Order sitting on the back end, holding position so well. What a great cover here from Order. And Na'Vi just... And it's Ins who eventually gets his 4K. He was everything around that B bomb site. He keeps Order in this game even longer, or at least propels them forward, I should say. A 4K AWP in hand now for the Melbourne Order. And
young
Ins,
Mr. Potter with the ace.
What?
I can think of a certain fan at home watching this stream who's going to be very happy with that.
Oh,
well done by him. Saves the round for his team. Was a little bit shaky. Ins found the, or even Zeus found the opening frag.
I was looking at it. I was like, all right, what are we going to look with funds and, you know, whatnot, Na'Vi? I didn't even see. So collat through Sniper's Nest.
Yeah, a wallbang through the edge of the murder.
Well, there's our first ace of the night, Tim.
And it comes from the hand.
And it was against Na'Vi by Order. I mean, as you just said.
If you'd said to me, where's our first ace going to come from, I wouldn't have said Order. But there it is. It's in setting up and stepping up, as it were. Order now down, up 4-1 even. Na'Vi down is what I'm trying to say. Words are difficult, but...
Oh, you're getting there, mate.
You know what else is difficult? Having money. As Na'Vi...
No, it's not.
Not doing too well.
Money's easy, mate. Having money is easy. That's a different conversation. We'll talk about that later.
All right.
I'm proud of Order here, Tim. And you know what? I'm going to say that because I'm a strange guy, but...
Well, here's the thing, right? Mathematically, if they're up 4-1, they could also win 16-4. So, can we just declare this a win?
Yeah,
that's how maths works, isn't it?
There's an eco, of course, here from Na'Vi.
I'm
so close. Oh, no.
With a Zeus.
Like the name. Here we go. Oh! Oh, unfortunately, that's what happens when you drop a toaster in the bathtub. And the first kill goes down. It's a Zeus. Hats will come into sight. Look at the cleanup crew here. Zeus, if not, try to demoralize and stop the flow. Flamey sitting between the smokes. A peek will come through. He does a bit of damage on the outside, but Ins eventually shuts that up. And Ins has been a core part of this roster, especially in this game. Order up 5-1. Tim, what are we looking like? Check your bank account.
Well, I don't think mine has too much relation to what the players have at the moment, but Na'Vi will be able to scrape a buy together here. They've got Simple on the AWP. They're going to go for the double on Flamey this time. Fair enough. Big investment. Try and get those guns out. Try and get the insta-kills happening. Alistair, AWP of his own now, so this could be the first challenge for him, but Simple has been very quick getting across the left-hand side of this window. See how confident he's feeling and how far out he wants to go.
This could mean so much if Order can pick away this round. But this opening frag, again, could just put Order down before they've begun. Simple going to be all about timing here. And smoke going to go down onto Short, but looks like there could be potential to peek through that. Simple backing away, not going to take that trade. Slow push up towards Apps again. It worked before, but we'll see.
Will indeed. Ins going to be the first point of contact here. Not moving too far into Apps at the moment, but with the bomb where it is, it's either going to be a quick split over through mid onto the A bomb site or a 3-man fake here. depending on what order choose to throw. 2 players in CT, so 1 CT smoke could be good enough. Electronics should get through it. But here comes this push into the A bomb site. Multiple players coming in, couple through Palace. Zeph gets tagged down heavy, but Emax found a good spot. Zeph helps him clean up that frag. There's almost another one, but Zeus with the UMP does great work, getting rid of 2. Simple with another as well, and it's all left up to Ali and Zeph. Edward not going to be able to deny that bomb plant. Excellent work from Alistair with the AWP. Brings the bomb down and gets back into a 2-on-2 as well.
But look at the split here, Tim. Order are across the map.
But
and
that means
Zeph is going to have to rotate quick smart. He's got an AK in hand, but he's got to move. He doesn't know where the 2 members of NaVi are, but sitting in market, the cross comes through now. The information should be there. Alistar gets the flick on the orb, and Zeph gets the flank there. That's what Order needed against NaVi. 6-1 is their start.
Now, this is worrying. For me, personally.
No, it's bloody not.
No, for me. Because I was sitting there at 3-1, and I'm like, oh, they just won the pistol. And then I'm sitting there at 4-1, and I'm like, oh, they won anti-ecos. And now I'm sitting here at 6-1, and there's a part of me that's going, now hang on a minute. And I don't want to listen to that part of me, because I know that if I genuinely start to get excited for Order, that one, the fans will hate me, and 2, they'll lose, because cast is curse. So.
That's baloney. There's no such thing, mate. That superstition was deleted in 2016, but for Order, what we are trying to say is it is such a powerful start here. Alistair on that AWP has been crucial to pushing them forward. The A-bomb side might be a bit over-ambitious. Deagle's sitting in the back there, but maybe not. Flamey hasn't been able to land all his shots, and they're dropping like flies. But still alive. They push Flamey again, and it's Zeph that gets the clean-up kill, the youngster of the squad. So, Order not dropping anyone so far to this eco. And a 7-1 it will be. This is very exciting, Tim. If they win...
No.
If the,
no, it's too early.
No.
Nope.
Not Order winning. I'm talking about the next round. If they can disrupt that economy again, then we could have such a powerful start here for Order. Just hoping that their CT side looks as good as their T has been so far.
Zeus has just missed the timing. He knows it. He's going chasing. He's looking to try and rip one of these guns away, and he hits an excellent shot onto Inns. Ali trades it and will go retrieve that gun, not to keep, just to get that one away from the hands of Edward. Make sure there's no gun that can be recovered. He'll go in looking for it, but there'll be nothing for him to grab, unfortunately for him. And NaVi down 1-7 on Mirage. Certainly been an excellent showing here from Order.
The Brazil to start out.
I'm very curious as to how much of this has been the boot camp and really how their boot camp's gone the last week. I might have to send a couple cheeky messages and find out after this game. Because no matter how it goes, if they lose 16-7 from here, they at least had a good start. So I'll be curious to know how they're feeling. But for NaVi...
Tim, I want to interject there because I want to see who Order have been scrimming. Because overseas, I mean... You know, they could have been scrimming NaVi. NaVi could have gone, yeah, they're not going to be too much of a threat. And they might be underestimating them coming into this. That's their second tack pause here. And NaVi, it's not like they're running out of options, but at this point, you've got to say something. Alistair on this AWP. Keep an eye out. He's 8-3 at the moment. Inns doing a good job as well. Inns was crucial in that last round. And I think this time, it's going to be Order taking a tack pause. And so be it. So be it.
Not sure what this one is, but hopefully it'll be resolved soon. Either way, oh, there we go. It's a slight tech.
Okay.
We've had a cheeky vanishing act somewhere on NaVi.
Woo! I'm in the tank.
Is that how that works?
You know, like
I guess that's what the
what's the famous magician?
Any of them? Houdini?
Yeah, you know. But except he escapes from places. Like I'm talking about, you know, he's there and then he vanishes. They put the blanket over him and then somehow he appears in the tank. You know, it's been locked for years, but somehow he's in there.
I don't really recall that one.
I think you need to watch more magicians. Chris
probably.
Chris something.
Angel.
Chris Angel. That's a Chris Angel kind of thing, I reckon.
You need to watch more magicians, and I'm out here naming all the ones you can't think of.
Well, I had the idea. You know,
look, fair. Either way. Another gun round coming through for NaVi here once we get this disconnect resolved. And so far, the gun rounds have been, I mean, obviously the majority of the rounds have gone Order's way, but they've all been competitive. It's not been clean shutouts for either team. Order have looked better so far, but nothing against them. I'm not expecting it to stay that way. It feels like Na'Vi, it's a matter of time when they'll come back into this. The question is, how many rounds can Order get on the board before that happens? Because if they can get an 8 or 9 round T side, that should put them in really good stead heading into CT and might just be enough. Now, I'm not going to say anything too convincing just yet because, you know, it's early days. We're still only 8 rounds in. But nonetheless, it's been a good start, and I'm willing to accept a small amount of belief.
I want to see this momentum again propelled forward for Order. For a team like Order, they have the biggest advantage here, right? Order can play with the best of one format. Best of one is fantastic because for teams that are underdogs, for teams that might not have the biggest chance, they can turn the tides right back. A team like Na'Vi, they're expected to be the team that dominates over Order here. It's expected to be as clean as we saw the last game be. When Big just walked on over Sharks. Na'Vi haven't started like that. It's Order's game to lose at this point. And they do not look like they're running out of form. So this gun round will tell us a lot.
A really big thing for Order so far has been how they managed to neutralize Simple. They haven't given him any of the fights that he wants to take. That pistol round, they dropped a smoke that was just a nice little present for him. So he couldn't do anything in the pistol. Every single time that he's tried to have the AWP in mid, they've not gone mid at all. Wow. Or if they have, they've gone in through underpass so as to not allow him any presence.
Look at Alistair's damage per round, sorry. Average damage per round is at 99.
99. Well done, sir.
Getting a kill per round, realistically.
I mean, that's pretty much what you want out of your high-impact players, especially in a situation like this. But yeah, I mean, you can continue to find ways to avoid Simple because with how good Simple is, there's not really a way to consistently neutralize Simple. Like, you're not going to say, all right, who's the best player on the team? You know, pick a name, any name, they're all really good. But we'll go with Ali because he's the AWPer, right? Yeah, hey, sure. Ali, go out duel Simple every round. You don't. You don't do that because nobody does. Sure, you're going to win it sometimes, but no one consistently out-duel Simple.
So you're saying they're not playing Na'Vi's game?
Well, they're not allowing Simple to play his game. They're either locking him out with utility or just straight up not going where they think he's going to be. Now, Simple's the kind of guy that once he realizes this is the case, he's just going to start playing everywhere in the hope that he can catch them out. And I'm sure that one of these rounds he will. But for now, Order does a really good job of being able to take the sites that they're taking as a 5, no matter where they end up, throwing their executes together, moving in as a unit as the match gets reset here, so we shouldn't be long. And so far, it's worked out well for them. Hopefully, they can keep it that way for,
but this is...
well, not just for us, because we're Aussies, but really, any upset on our stream today just means that the lower brackets get so much more spicy.
Yeah, to a degree, but also, this is not good for Order. This is like a pause in that momentum I was talking about, in the fact that Order, after coming through against such a strong team, and they've started out this game so well, let's see if they keep that going, because they've just had a massive break there as Na'Vi have reconnected. Everyone is in now, as the buy does come out, and Flamey and Edward, I guess they're going to go for a late buy here.
No, we're still sorting issues out.
Okay, all right.
This round is not live.
Yeah, okay. All right.
There we go. That's the reset. Now we're doing it.
Okay.
Now it is time.
Now we're amongst it.
All right, let's just see if everyone buys. That will confirm to us that the round is actually happening.
See, I didn't know. I thought we'd see like a late buy there.
Nah, if they don't buy that late in, it's because the round's dead. Anyway,
thank you, Timmy.
We do have the full buy happening now. Org out on Flamey, AWP in Simple's hands. Full AK and AWP set up for Order. Ali actually going for the AWP duel in mid this time. This is something different, and he catches him out. That's what we've been waiting for. That's exactly what we wanted. They force Simple to try and take the duel. They're through the edge of the smoke. Electronic, though, one-ways it for the trade.
I mean, that's an important trade-off there, especially since Order have now lost 2 members. Zeus takes a trade himself, but he takes out Inns on the way through. It's a 3 versus 4. And Hat's holding the smoke here on short. He pushes through, hoping to get the person from snipers, but look in ladder room. Edward is looking down towards snipers. It's all about timing here. Hats is waiting. The drop down from Edward. He's waiting here, but oh, Hats.
Hats has found him.
He's going to get him. Around the side, the peek's there. Does he look right? He will see him down there. Takes a shot. The second there as well. Hats gets the third. What a legend there. Oh, my Lord. It's a good time to be Australian, folks.
Nope. Still
if you want to move over.
Nope.
We accept everyone and anyone.
You're going to jinx them.
8 and 1. No, I tell you what. Order right now, playing Legendary, and off the back this time of Hats, individual step-ups.
I feel like that just worked out for Hats, really. He just happened... I mean, it wasn't accidental, but it almost feels like he just happened to walk into the perfect timing, wound up with 2 players peeking him, and got the perfect read onto Zeus. He knew where Zeus was because he got that kill on Inns earlier in the round, or at least he knew roundabout where he was coming from. But Hats by himself turns that round around. So he got a 2K in pistol and a 3K here. That's most of his 7 kills, and they've all been incredibly high impact, so that's pretty much what you want from him. 8 and 1 now are Order. And oh boy, I think Simple might be a little bit annoyed.
Well, he's decided that it's time to pick up a Nova.
Which means he's about to get 70 kills. It's one or the other.
Yeah, or it goes horribly wrong, Tim. So I'm sure we'll find that out shortly. Anyway, in this, what seems to be a bit of a force, bit of utility out, Navi, I'm going to put it into Simple here.
Now, it's worth knowing, as much as I made an offhand comment about him being irritated, this is also a really good thing for him to be doing. He's certainly got the aim to make it work in close range. He's going to sit really close behind this smoke. He gets a bunch of money, a one-shot kill in close range, and an AK in his hands. There it is.
Oh, no.
Straight through the smoke, spots the name. Will be able to get away as well. And now he's going in looking for more. Really, ideally, wants another gun here, but still putting so much pressure on Order. Eventually, the trade is there, but his teammates have found their own kills in the meantime. Inns is making the play into B, though, and as long as he can shut down these players rotating in, the immediate threat is Zeus on short. Eventually, Electronic will make his way over through Market, but it's just the pistols over here. It's just Flamey they have to worry about, really, and Inns, he spotted out the first player. That nade will give it up, and as long as he can find these frags, he can open this one up for his team.
Just needs to clean this up. Zeus is coming in red hot. There's the molly out as well, but Zeus does find the kill. Alistair turns that one around. It is a 1v2. But at least they're able to take some guns out of the hands of Order. Navi here moving around. Alistair just waiting. Has 40 seconds to play with this bomb. Flamey's managed to pick up an AK. He has armor. There's no head armor. Flamey will see the pick out there as well. That Orb tagging him. But the final kill comes through from Imagine. 9 and 1 for Order. And now the buy comes through once again for Navi. Orb. You name it, it's coming through. If Order can withstand this round, then this half is going to look absolutely beautiful for them. And all they'll have to do is withstand on the CT side as well. Here we go. Hard push coming towards Apps. This time, the Orb is only in the hands of Alistair. 4 AKs across the board, plenty of utility there. Hat setting up for smokes, and the hard push still coming through. There's a grenade there, but it's Zeph who's lurking very close here in Apps. Flashes out, pushing come through as well. Edward was blinded, but still managed to get it. Zeus sitting here perfectly too. Hats gets the trade, but Edward just runs up to him. He changes guns at the worst possible time. Alistair with the Orb will get the trade off once more. He jumps back up, finds another. Alistair is on fire here. You're left with a 3 versus 2. It's an Orb, it's an M4. Simple has to do so much here. Electronic loses out to Inns. The aim battles are working out for Order, except this time Simple is in the perfect positioning. In Market, he jumps straight out. Order have to play for time. Simple with an Orb. He's going to peek for short, but he doesn't find it. It's Inns again, who's having such a perfect game. 10 and 1 for Order. They've done it once more. And boy, oh boy, this is looking great.
That is once again going to limit the money on Navi. I don't know. I still don't know how to feel about this one.
Don't worry, Tim. Just enjoy.
Okay, I'm just going to enjoy it. I mean, Order, they're doing it right. It's all I can really say about it.
They're having a field day here.
They are, exactly. They're managing to hit the sites together, which is the big one. They're getting the opening kills. They're getting the trades they need them. Zeph has gone down to this double push through Palace, and that's another gun in hand. Simple's back on the shotgun. Electronic now has an AK-47 in his grip, which is pretty dangerous now, but Order have done well in these situations before. So far up 10 and 1. We'll see what else they've got for us as they reposition. Look to take some mid-control. They've worked out, courtesy of that push, you never push Palace with pistols if you have anything other than pistols.
Yeah.
Which is why Order now take mid control. Because if Simple had an AWP, they wouldn't just run into mid like that pretty much dry. They had 2 smokes to help them take it, but that was about it. But they know they're up against pistols, maybe SMGs. I know there's an AK somewhere, but only 1, so taking the risk. Na'Vi, though, have stacked 3 players up on B, realizing that a lot of Order success has come on that B site. Choosing to put 3 players there early on.
Going to
open up on Zeus. Still 2 players here, and they're in a really annoying crossfire. That's a great Molotov. Though forces Simple out. Straight into EMAG. Now it's on Electronic with the AK.
Well, sitting behind bench, or at least to the left-hand side of it. The push comes out now onto Van. Alistair sitting on top of it with the AWP. He's going to come through, but he gets tagged down. Oh. Electronic in perfect positioning. He gets 1, he gets 2, he gets the 3rd. Electronic is such a menace here, and it's now up to Hats. He has to 1v2. This round for Order has fallen out of favor. He'll push forward, has the armor to play with. He finds it perfectly, but gets tagged out by Edward with a UMP. The round goes to Na'Vi, and they're back on the board. 10-2 here on round 13.
So another one for Na'Vi there. They managed to double their round score, but it's off the back of Edward this time, managing to save the 1v1. Electronic, 11-10. Massive impact from him with that AK-47, but Order, courtesy of having won 10 rounds, do have enough money to buy back in. The money is actually not as good as it should have been after you've won 10, given how much damage Na'Vi's been able to consistently do. But they do have another buyback in here, and they'll use it to take some mid control.
Yeah, especially the need and use of utility there from Order, especially since Na'Vi on a lot of these ecos been able to make it a 2v1. But who's having the best game right now seems to be Inns. Alistair as well, 12-6. Well, slow so far. Looks like there's no real mid control from either team at this point.
You know, Order, they took it early on with a bit of utility, but they've decided to give it up now. They know that if they don't show anything else in mid, that Na'Vi aren't really going to re-aggress on it, as they don't really need to. And instead, the CTs have set up this bait and switch over towards A. They've got Flamey holding close aim with the AWP. He'll take a kill, and as soon as they swing in to try and trade him, Electronic will be there. At least that's the theory. We'll see if Order have got a flashbang or something lined up to clear out A main. They jump across. Flamey knows that one's close, but Electronic will take the first frag. And do they know about this AWP here now? They're certainly baiting for it. He's missed the shot, but Electronic still doing good work, and Flamey will go down. The trades actually work out.
Edwards just dropped 2. Tim, this round might be a bit of bait and switch tactics once again. Alistair's going to run away. Everyone rotates over to the side of A.
Inns is actually in a really powerful position here, because not only is he completely cleared out B, he's in a decent spot to cut off that rotation as well, which is basically going to be his role now. Zeus is coming over, but if he just jumps out window willy-nilly, crucial kill there from Inns. So little time remaining, but he does manage to get Zeus. No, that bomb's not going to go down. There's no time. Simple just has to hide. He doesn't know it, but he has won the round. I'm sure he wasn't expecting that one. Thought the bomb would go down for sure, but Ali couldn't quite get there quickly enough, so Na'Vi will squeak away another.
Not sure if he's trying to jump through the window and just got stuck, but probably just him rotating around. Oh well, Order drop another round, and it's Na'Vi who are starting to sneak their way back up. Round number 14, but after that round, Na'Vi won't get the... So another opportunity here for Order to take one before we get to that all-essential round 15 and swap sides. All picked up there for Simple, so we go again. And he's going to look towards short, but another B, or potential B. Zeph always pushing up aggressively to this position. Flashes out, he's just jumped off site, but he's blinded himself.
No, there was another flashbang that came in there, but blinded him, I believe. But either way, he was just with the pistol. He was trying to make space for his teammates to brute force their way out. This time it hasn't worked, but the trades are coming. Simple somehow stays alive, but Ali's able to win it. Edward, though, will get that trade. Hanging out in bench. And bench basically just waiting for Inns to make a play at this point. Does make his way up Con and tries to find a kill, but has to fall away with that bomb down at Van. He knows that he has to go towards B, and Na'Vi know it as well. Very difficult round for Order to get back into now, but Inns... let's find his way up short, and we'll find a crisp headshot onto Edward, looking for Flamey now here as well, and he's hit that too. Inns once again stepping up, doing work. Electronic, MP9. These players are so low that the SMG is good enough. He can make it work. He's waiting for the plan. He'll swing on it immediately and punish it. That's bomb down and gets the M4 in hand. Very difficult round for Inns to win now, but 40 seconds he's got time to work with to try and The timing here onto Electronic. Peeks out, will get away in time as well, and it's just a bit of a cat and mouse game. Eventually Electronic will save it for Na'Vi, despite some heroics from Inns.
Order are starting to fall behind.
I mean, they're still in front.
No. Tim, it feels like momentum's starting to shift a little bit towards Na'Vi. And we now find ourselves at the end of the half. Order just going to buy what they can, and really, it's not much here. A UMP for Alistair, and that's all it'll sit well with. Hopefully able to sneak one. It'll be a big round here. An even better smoke. Just being able to peek through that. Push through mid. Electronic gets the spray down. He finds two. And 10-5 looks like it's the way it's going to go. Zeph even peeks out. Simple's there waiting for him. Wouldn't even say caught him by surprise. And the peek out eventually comes through. Alistair with the UMP. Can't even find one. Na'Vi back online. 10-5. And they'll swap over to the T side now. We'll see if Order can hold on, because usually we talk so favourably of the CT side. Said who?
Said a lot of people, probably. Order have found themselves 10. It's a very good, very, very good T side for them. It could have been more, but a few little things did let slip for them. There was a couple 1v1s, didn't quite go their way. That round they lost to time. Unfortunately, Ali couldn't get that bomb down quickly enough. Yeah, I mean, it certainly could be, but again, these guys have been boot camping over there for a week, and they're certainly no strangers to these international high-pressure stages, so I think it's just one of those things where you just don't notice the time it happens. Certainly, you live and you learn. I don't think they'll be kicking themselves too much over that. I don't think, if they do lose this game, I don't think that was the round that lost it, but certainly, Na'Vi did make a bit of a run back into this to get the 5 on the board. Pistol round, though, very important here. If Order can secure that one, they can buy themselves breathing space. Not as much as they used to be able to before the economy change. At least some. They should be able to push towards 11 or even 12. And at that point, if you can just get the gun rounds happening and get the economy set, potentially cruise control to what would be quite the upset win here for them over Na'Vi, the second best team in the world. But I'm still not believing.
Best of one. Again,
trying to protect my feelings.
Ability to surprise. Order have definitely taken that. Their pistol round last time on the T side was beautiful. And let's see that again. Let's move into the second half now. Order 10. And Na'Vi on 5.
Nope.
What the hell? No. Okay.
Just generally any round where you hear chat clicking and no one moves.
Just, you know, announced it and everything. I got hyped for it. I got super excited.
Yeah, they heard you. Sorry, Chat. It's like, nah, this guy.
What's the point? Should I do it again?
Do you want me to try and see if it works this time?
No. Look, hang on. I'll get it.
This time for real.
Okay, all right, I'll get it. I'll start with a, well, and then lots of emphasis.
I mean, this is it. This is you. Go.
If Na'Vi win this pistol round, though, to be fair, I'm going to start losing faith in Order. So this time...
You have little faith.
As we go into the second half, this time, we'll see how Order can hold on, or if, at this point, let's jump in.
Raid Boss set up for Simple there on the P250 with the armor as well. That makes him essentially as dangerous as all of these UMPs. Slightly less accuracy, but in fact more damage. Able to one-shot, headshot at any range on the active duty maps. He's going to be looking for the entry into middle while his team move through underpass. Hats takes a big dink as well. I believe that was from the end of apps. So it's going to be an explosion up through connector here. We'll see if Order are able to hold on to this. Alistair, probably the first point of contact, though. They are going for this boost where EMAG is going to get caught out. Unfortunately for him, that's the first kill for Edward. And now Ali, lots of work to do. The first one's a one-click. Looking for Flamey. The second one is as well. He gets traded, though, by Simple into the 3v3.
I mean, Zeph's still on this A-bomb site, and the rotation has to come through quick, and it's going to have to come through snipers as well, but they might be caught by surprise. A quick pick there by Zeph. What happened? The peek up onto stairs, but USB in hand of Electronic. Ready to take that aim battle there. A 3v3. Hat's already got dinked earlier. And now we're waiting. See what Na'Vi do from here. The A-bomb site's still probably going to be the go. A slow walk towards it. Simple trying to push around towards CT, but Order giving up. Maybe a bit of aggression needed.
Beautiful shot.
Or maybe it wasn't needed there. Inns trying to peek around the side as well, but he doesn't find any of those shots. Hats provides a bit of support, but he's left in a 1v2 with no health to spare. Pete going to come through. And he's behind main, so Hats just has to push into side. And will die because of it. Na'Vi pick up the pistol round, and the gap starts closing.
Very well played by Na'Vi as well. They take complete jungle control is what I was trying to get at.
Yes.
Once they pushed up through connected there, and then they just sat, they waited, forced Order to get a little bit antsy. The fact that they hadn't committed anywhere means that they had to leave Hats on the B-bomb side Order. They couldn't just fully commit to that A-rotate because they didn't know if Na'Vi was still hanging out in that area. They could have been walking through market or could have been going back out through mid. There was a player in CT for Order that would have stopped that, but regardless, they weren't 100% confident, and that was their downfall there. Just going for some upgraded pistols here. Ali looking to contest in mid with his Deagle. Another one in the hands of Ins. CZs for everybody else, limited utility.
It all changed when that flow of play stopped. And when Na'Vi, unfortunately, someone disconnected. And we had that 5-minute pause. And Order from then on have lost a lot of this momentum. And it just kind of shows you when, you know, pauses and everything, when you disrupt the flow of play for a team, the impact it kind of has. And of course, Order, it goes so far beyond that. But ever since then, things haven't been looking too good. Na'Vi, 5 rounds in a row. Slow play through mid. Eventually the peak has to come through from Order. 55 seconds there. Around sniping there, Simple. Does spot out Alistair.
There's no utility to get him out of there though. He can just stay there for as long as he likes, but unfortunately tries to capitalize on the flash, but imagines given one, almost a second, but can't quite hit it. This really should be a Na'Vi round, and so far they've done well to get the kills they need. There's Electronic, late wrap onto Ins, and now Hats. He has been playing B. They know he's been playing B, and they're already waiting for him. Not a whole lot that he can really do in this situation. There's no way he's making it into jungle without going down. He knows that. He's going to hope that someone will be kind enough to gift him an AK-47, but what he will get is a bullet in the back of the head from Edward. Or a knife. Oh, no, yeah, just haven't got there yet. Thought he would have already seen it. Considers it, but goes for the headshot instead.
That's the kind of thing to do.
Does Na'Vi make it 10-7? Given that there was an investment there from Order as well, they'll have to save here, so Na'Vi get 10-8. Then the buy round will happen where it could be 10-9, so this lead, potential for it to evaporate very quickly here for the Order guys, but still a few rounds to play with, as they'll go for the Eco.
Well, I think one good gun round for Order will just change everything once more, put them back on that wagon. And at the moment, Na'Vi in a pretty secure position. Look at Simple, willing to just push straight out. He knows there's no guns in hand, and Hadget sitting around the corner going, what's going to go happen here? Hang on. He says, slow down. I want to see what life is really like. 2 guns out of hand of Na'Vi. So Order again disrupting that flow, but now we're talking. This is the round that pushes Order ahead. This is the round that says, our best of one is ours, not yours. Org in hand of Ins, AWP in Alistair. And we begin.
No head armor for anyone, but not a concern, given that all the SMGs have been removed from the hands of Na'Vi. Not using those anymore. Ali going to throw the AWP out that gives him a one, or the molly even, that gives him a one-way, but it's not quite worked. That smoke might be slightly different on his client, but for us, it's not worked out. But he has found the angle over the top. Unfortunately, though, for him,
good enough.
No one from Na'Vi going to go for that one. They will have heard that smoke extinguishing the molly and not chancing it. Instead, going to be setting up for an A play here. They've got all the utility they need to make this one work. There is 2 players already on A, and Alistair can rotate over quickly enough to help out, but looks like it's just going to be a straight-up execute here. Na'Vi is going to throw the test, ask the question, see what Order have got waiting for them when they try what looks to be a mostly standard A take here. We'll see what they've got.
Utility out,
standard
smokes
smokes
through.
Yep.
Zeph hanging down onto site. Now Zeus is about to push out, but wait. Zeph finds one on the ground, the other up top, doesn't get the one on scaffolding, and it's Zeus who got out safely. Alistair behind the smoke. Zeus takes a bit of damage in the push through, but still hasn't come through. Plants there as well, but it's just the feat that Alistair gets. Flamey gets Imagine, but Ins gets the dunk on the nade. It's a 3 versus 3, and in the back of Firebox, they all hang. Alistair doesn't win the AWP aim battle, but Hats should be able to find Electronic here. Just about timing. He doesn't find him. He's in ladder room, and he heard him. And that'll be the round. One simple move that hurts everything here. Ins does get one. So a 1v2. Is he going to risk it?
Threw the gun out into mid to make the sound fake, trying to distract Simple away from him, and it's worked temporarily. Simple's fallen back to A main, but he still has that AWP angle held. And with Flamey playing deep CT, this is an incredibly difficult round for Inns to get anywhere in at this point. Unless Simple second-guessed it. He's gone back for the timing. That is a very open bomb plant, though, and with no kid on Inns. Unfortunately, there's nothing he can do here. He'd love a kill or two, but not going to be presented to him, and there's no way this round as Simple will come back to make sure the bomb is safe. Inns, though, who get out with the upgrade to the AK-47, so it could be worse. However, with the gun round concluding, Na'Vi have made it 10-9. This comeback is almost complete for them. They've almost tied it up, and they saved multiple guns through. Order, going to need to get a buy together if they can, and it's not going to be good.
No, things aren't looking too good. 8 rounds, excuse me, in a row for Na'Vi. Whatever plagued them at the start has changed now. Simple still sitting with the AWP. Electronic as the player to step up. 21 kills here in 19 rounds. Imagine with the nade out, he pushes through. Only an AK for Inns. There is a bit of damage onto Simple as they peek out through mid. So no harm, no foul there for Order. But if things go the way expected, we'll be at 10 apiece. And it'll be to Order's disadvantage at this point. What's going through their heads has to be a little bit negative at this point. That's a peek out. Inns did need some information, and he will find it. Flamey and Edward are low, but on the other side, everyone's cleaned up before they can even take it down. So Zeph will drop at the end there too. And Na'Vi have now equalized after 9 straight rounds here on Mirage.
It's been some very one-sided Counter-Strike now between both of these teams. Order with a 10-1 lead. Na'Vi with 9-0 since then.
You have to think at this point, you have to just throw everything out the window and just try something absolutely rash.
I mean, not necessarily for Order, I don't think so much. Like, they've really only had... The CT side, they've only lost 5 rounds, right? They lost... A few got away from on their T side, but on their CT side, they lost pistol, they saved 1, they lost a gun round. That's only the second... Actually... That might even only be like the 1 gun round, the 1 force bar they've actually lost here. So that one was a save. They get another gun round out here. So I don't think it's really danger bells for them yet. While they have lost a lot of rounds in a row, in the context of this half, it's only been 1 important round that they've let slip. So if they can take this gun round out, then all will be forgiven. But that's certainly not the way to start it. You can't be quick enough to beat Simple. It's very difficult.
Trying to get somewhere first at the moment. It's just not working out. Alistair will peek up in apps with the AWP. I love this position, but he's been flashed out, so he has to just retreat. One other member on B, and it's Hats who's up short. The bomb is in apps at the moment, but will be taken out of there. Now the pick onto Inns hasn't resulted in too much already, but no mid control for either team. And A is going to be the move. And look at this. Imagine has moved away from A into snipers. We'll be able to get back in position quickly, but at this point, yeah, let's bring Hats over.
So they're going to take up a position under the palace balcony. See if it's enough, see if he gets checked or mollied out. I mean, he will get checked, it's a matter of time, but we'll see how much he's able to do before that happens. Edward will be the first one to face by the looks of things. He hasn't checked it deep enough right now. There's the flashbang. Zeph strikes with 2. Actually, Hats is going to steal 1, but Zeph is still under here and doing damage. And that leaves it up to Electronic and Simple now. The dynamic duo of Na'Vi, but Zeph with a long spray grabs his 3rd of the round, leaves it all on Simple, the world's best.
Well, what utility, though, from Orna. Those flashes made everything happen. And Simple's left in the 1v3 again with the AWP. He's picked up 2. He needs an ace to survive this round, but he's going to decide against it. Too little time. And Order, they climb their way back. 9 straight rounds for Na'Vi, but Order pick up their gun round, and suddenly things are tense again. Suddenly things are very tense. This AWP will be taken through to the next round. Okay. Na'Vi still plenty of funds to buy through. I mean, Flamey has almost 13k. But the main thing is Order going to get plenty of utility this round.
Last round works out well for them. They managed to get Zeph under Palace. And he creates chaos with a single flashbang to disrupt the Na'Vi execute. See what they're able to do with it here, though. Na'Vi heading over towards B, at least initially with that bomb. Alistair body blocks the smoke and wants to go fight mid, but no one's been facing it from Na'Vi really at all. Apart from that one round where Simple just charged out and goes for a pick. With that smoke down, Ali's got the comfort to look in towards underpass.
Alistair hasn't pushed up this aggressively in this game. So some small changes here from Order.
And that molly's not landed perfectly either. They wanted that one to go out on the edge and force the player onto the edge of the veranda off. Unless, of course, they just wanted to clear out that exact corner, but I doubt it. Either way, though, Zeus smells a rat, not yet peeking out. Ali spots it, but not going for it just yet. Will be given the kill, though, and he gets away through the smoke. Lots of pressure coming into mid, but now he's able to try and work with it.
Oh, good flash there. Electronic as he pushes up through short. They'll get themselves another kill. Oh, sorry, the first. So a 1-for-1 trade. Molly's out across the board. And strong bit of control here from Order on 8.
Got to be so careful of Palace, though. That smoke, they're putting an awful lot of faith in it. No one's looking at it at the moment.
It's like, as you said, Palace is like, oh yeah, forgot.
Well, the problem with that is, if you look away from Palace, if you look at Palace, you're either not watching Connector or you're not watching A main, which is why Zeph has to do this awkward dance, watching all of the angles, trying to help out his teammates. He's just got to find the timing here, and while he's given the opportunity, Flamey rips his head off. It's an excellent entry from him. And now a lot of pressure on for Order. No time, though. If they can stop this bomb plant, and they have done that, they've got to go get this down once again. They will be able to do it. They've got the orb. They've got the orb posted up. There's no way that Inns can get in. It's all up to Hats now. Lots of spray towards Simple, but it's going to be difficult to find this one. Of course, he's going to hit that tag as well. There's the flashbang as well. And Hats will get taken down by the wrap from Electronic. So a round that was close for Order, but it's not to be. And Na'Vi will keep 3 guns up, heading into round number 23.
Well, they just had that last round to kind of cement themselves forward, but we're back to the stalemate. It's not even going to be that. Order have no money. So Na'Vi looking to take the lead for the first time here in the best of 1. A chance of staying in the upper bracket. Still, Order aren't out just yet. Push up aggressively. Imagine one tap with the Deagle. He'll walk through the fire and flames. Not the same story there for Zeph. See if Imagine can get another tap there. Cheeky, but he doesn't find it. Alistair does find his though. So he should be able to pick up an AK.
That should, though, be the immediate push into B from Na'Vi. As soon as you lose an AK on one side and you know it's been recovered, it does make a lot of sense just to go in hard as 3 onto the other bomb side, especially if you know that they're low on the guns. Inns has just had a really nasty surprise there, looking towards short. Spots 3 players coming his way. Has to try and hide and get them close to him with this P250 in hand, but going to be overrun. Now Ali with the AK in hand. And Money's in a place where he should actually really think about saving this, and he knows that. That's why he's waiting out here. As much as I'm sure he'd love to go for this one and try and tear these guns away. Does make more sense for him to save. Here's Zeus close, so I'll see if he can hit this shot. Zeus goes far enough around this corner to gear up the frag. There it is, but Ali not quite going to hit it. Zeus will win it out. Na'Vi take the lead for the first time this entire game. 23 rounds in as we head into 24 and Order. The money not there.
So demoralizing for Order right now. Even moments like that, Ali hits his shots. Like, this game has been majority about him. Majorly is the word I was looking for there. But Na'Vi, again, they've taken the lead for the first time. And Order are left with nothing but to sit and wait. Kind of the test of time right now.
Magnilli hits it again, but this time not quite going to find the sweet spot he was looking for. The flash will drive him back, and in the meantime, the rest of Na'Vi are wrapping in through unders.
Look at this.
Emag's about to have a real rough time. He does make it away to Connector in time, but with this much Na'Vi forces in the bottom of mid, it's going to be... You said it was a party. It's not going to be a very fun one for the Order guys. Yeah. This is the first frag. We'll once again go to Flamey, who's been doing great work on his entry fragging these last few rounds. Ali tries to go through the smoke and will actually take out Simple, but Edward, it's sloppy, but he'll clean up Hats. And Inns, unfortunately, only has a USP. So little that he can do in that situation without a more powerful gun. Na'Vi will take it to 13. this has to be it for Order. They're going to go for the buy here. They've called for a tactical timeout. It's their 3rd of 4, and this is a time when they do so desperately need it. If they can take this one, they can keep this competitive. Otherwise, if they invest everything into this round, given that they did win a couple rounds back, that round loss bonus is not going to be great for them. If they lose this, they're going to give NaVi 14 and give themselves not a great buy to stop 15 with. This round, of course, they'll buy. They have to buy, but Tim, more importantly, they have to win.
It feels like at this point, if Order lose this round, then it looks like if they lose this round, Tim, it feels like they might lose this game at this point. NaVi have just been so much more consistent in this second half. And as I say that, it's now up to Order. In's on the AWP, Alistair on the AWP. Let's see what changes here from the Australian side. Because essentially, well, they are the only hope for Oceania. Edward gets the opening frag onto Ins, and immediately that's not good. The peak Alistair pushes through, and it finally works. Hats actually gets one as well. Hang on, all hope is not lost.
The hit is about to come into the A-bomb site, though, and the CTs are rotating in, blocked out behind this smoke. So at this point, EMAG probably going to go up and look for a frag here. It actually will catch out Simple. That's an important player to remove. The bomb's still here, but NaVi now in a bit of a difficult spot. They do still have a bit of utility left, but there's no smokes. Nothing to really cover that bomb plant. The incendiary will help, but not get everything done. Alistair gets caught out inside connector, though, to bring it back into a 3 versus 2. And Electronic and Flamey, certainly 2 players who are capable of bringing this one back. Bomb's going to be planted safely for connector and short. Flash will go into CT as well.
2 versus 3. It's not going to be the first time we've seen this. The ult there, the peak, and Zeph. Is there any utility left? Imagine has some. He throws it over. Flamey takes a grenade to the face. He doesn't get the shot with the molly in the side. It won't spread far enough, but it does the damage. He has been blinded. Electronic in off the side, and Imagine pushes forward. Order are back on the board.
Goodness me, these rounds are getting so close, but they're going to be able to recover the guns. There's the AWP as well, so they get, and actually they get both AWPs out of it. It's good for the economy of Order. That's what they needed. But speaking of economy, NaVi have bucket loads of money. They're going to be buying easily for the next 2 rounds at least.
They're literally the Hugh Hefner.
There's a nice topical one. A nice one for the one
that's not dead.
The local fans staying up. But double AWP out now. Ins and Ali instead of Hats. Let's see how they choose. Let's see how they do with it. See how they position him. Ali once again going for an aggressive pick, keeping this pressure up all over the map. He's been through unders. He's been into mid. Now he's inside Palace. Let's see if Zeus is going to wide swing, get the better of him. He's got the nade in hand. It's going to go wide. Ali goes for the timing shot, but will get out unpunished.
Oh, Edward actually goes down as well. Zeph with that frag saves Ali. Molly will go down. Alistair holding this angle perfectly, but he doesn't get the shot. Flamey gets a trade-off there, and Zeph is stuck in the middle of the smoke. Hard push onto the A-bomb site now. And Imagine has to clean this up, otherwise Order are going to drop this round on top of stairs. He won't find it to a hair's breadth there. Left in a 3v3. Zeph is still alive. Ins gets the trade-off on Electronic. Zeph is still alive. The bomb is down. Zeus standing on top of stairs. Hats comes through as well. This round might not be over for Order. It looks so messy.
It is simple, though. The best player in the world left in the 1v2 with an AWP in hand, a gun he is so proficient in. Gonna need to try and find these frags, but he's moving up top, and he will get overrun in the end. Hats finds the angle on Order. They stay in it. They managed to start up 13-13.
How did Zeph survive that whole time? He just sat under scaffolding.
He actually got forced out by a molly, and then I think he ran back through 2 or 3 different smokes to get back under there and wait. And NaVi did not see it coming. They're going to use another one of their tactical timeouts now. Only their second for this map so far. They do have the money to buy in here. That won't be an issue. But they're now starting to get to the point where they'll run out of rounds before they'll run out of money. If they lose this round, they'll still have a buy in the next round, but then Order on 14. If they lose that round, depending on how many kills they get in bomb plants, they might be able to buy in like a half buy or a decent buy with AKs and limited utility after that, but then Order are on 15. So while this round isn't the highest impact one in terms of their money, they're just going to run out of rounds if they keep losing here. And for Order, I mean, their money's in the toilet if they lose this round. This is a critical one for both teams. Round 27, with potentially overtime looming on the cards.
I tell you what, if Order take Na'Vi to overtime or vice versa, then I think we could be here for a little bit.
I would not complain. This has been a very exciting game so far.
Order at this point is there to lose. Two members push up towards snipers. The boost's going to be towards ladder room. But you can see mid control now being taken over by Na'Vi. The push is through. The threat here is simple. Zeus and Edward are the ones that have pushed mid. Simple is all the way back towards the entrance to apps. But no information over to the side of Order yet. Smoke's there. And now the hunt begins. Ins on short. Where are they going? Looks like maybe Con to A. And Zeph has been a pretty big factor in a lot of these rounds. The push is coming through now. Alistair sitting through the smoke. He does see Edward, but he doesn't get the shot off. Now they know he's there. But Zeph sitting behind CT. Can't do too much. They've essentially gotten onto A bomb site for free. Alistair has to push all the way back into snipers. Bombs going down. Zeph has given away his position as well. And Order have to play for the retake.
They do indeed. This is going to be very close. But speaking of close, so is Zeus. He's found his way through the edge of the smoke and done an awful lot of damage. Zeph trying to sneak his way in now, and he will find the timing, but not the spray. Couldn't quite get it. Ins now trying to pick up and finish what his teammate started. But one player in A made, one in Tetris, one in Palace. This is a really difficult crossfire. There is no utility almost for Order to work with at all. Ins just going to go straight in for the fight, and to find that one. There's another one, but it's all onto Electronic now. Does have a molly for this bomb, and there's no smoke to extinguish it. They're holding this defuse. The kid is there. He goes out wide. Ins going to hit it, but I'm not sure he has enough time. He's back on this bomb. He has the kit. He might just have this one.
Oh, he's got it.
He does as well. Order will take 14 with a 1 versus 1. These rounds so close, but somehow the CT side stay on top.
Oh, man.
The money is still there for Na'Vi. They can get another buy off, but they are running out of rounds to lose.
Tim, let's take a step back there. Like, for Ins to go, right, I need to take the peak. There's no point me continuing Diffusal when it was halfway done. I mean, he could have probably stuck to it and probably found it. But then again, still the risk there from Electronic.
Nah, he would have. If he'd stuck that, he would have died. That was absolutely the correct play. It's the only one he could make.
That's what I'm saying. Ins in the heat of the moment. He made the correct decision. 14-13 now. If they manage to take this round away from Na'Vi, their economy will be absolutely stuffed. So, let's do it the Australian way,
Jake,
and we'll see how it goes.
I think we're getting a little bit too excited. This is still Na'Vi. They're still the second best team in the world. They still have some of the best players in the world. And they've got Simple doing that. I think I jinxed it. That was a bit of a mistake. Let's not do that. But I'm guessing you saw the elbow. That was insane. That's a hell of an entry for Simple to be hitting in a round that's this crucial. 4v5 now, not favoring Order. Na'Vi have some mid control. Looks like they do want to go for a split in towards A here once again.
Opening frag though. And a lot of utility thrown out towards snipers. Ins holding short. Bomb sitting mid towards Con. This is just going to be towards A again. No one's on A. They've taken the bait and Order have just moved towards the B bomb site. There is so much utility that's been thrown around mid. They're expecting it to be B. And it's Zeus who's just spamming through here. 3 members on B. They get free rotation into A. And Order once again have to play the retake, but will they be lucky this time?
I think they'll save, to be honest. This is probably a 4-man save call here. Their money's in the bin. They have absolutely no presence on that side of the map. Emag hasn't looked out into mid just yet, but will make his way into ladder room safely, so he'll be able to keep his gun up as well. Zeus is going to be on the hunt. The rest of Na'Vi too starting to move. But this one has to be 4 guns up from Order. I mean, the MP9, you can take it or leave it, but what's more important is that Emag stays alive with that so that he can potentially drop another one next round if they need to, so he doesn't have to reinvest the $1,500 of armor and kit and util and everything else he has. It's a very crucial save here for them, and Na'Vi know it. Electronic's already here, wants to tear these guns away. Emag has a nice angle. So as long as they don't peek, there is a 3-man hunting party coming in through Apps. They will win the first fight into Electronic. That's some pressure off, but the immediate kills come in from Apps. Flamey and Zeus strike as well. Hats will stay alive due to time. Zeph2 keeps his M4, but Na'Vi, they remove a couple guns. Electronic hits 30 kills.
That hurts. I mean, Ins, imagine, Alistair, they just don't have any money. And those couple of guns out for Na'Vi, it was the better choice. Zeus still has the buy too, so full buy through here for Na'Vi, and we return to Order, who are holding on 14 apiece, but if they lose this round, then what do we start talking about? Are we expecting OT?
Yeah, sure. I'd like to see some overtime at this point. I'm loving this game.
Would like to see it, but at this point, it could turn either way. His pause, you'd have to assume, is by order again.
Either way, it's over. Whatever it was. So, nope.
Yep.
Never mind. Get
timeout.
Big old prank. I think that one might have been a quick tech fix, and now,
tech timeout.
Now we're taking the tactical for Order to have a chat. At this point, see, they're in a really tough position with only 2 guns saved. Their previous pistol buys really haven't got them much against Na'Vi. It's been the gun rounds. It's been the gun rounds that have really been the big impact makers for them. So if you buy here, which is what they're going to do,
all on the line.
I mean, it gives you a better chance in this round, but it means the next one, if you lose all these guns, you really are on an absolute nothing buy. They have fully invested in this. It was originally the players who saved the rifles dropping the MP9s, but everyone's bought armor to go along with it. They've got some utility as well. This is, as you say, it's all or nothing. This has to be around for Order, and if not, they either need to get 4 kills and lose, or they need to save 4 guns and lose. Like, there's no way that they can lose all of their guns, not get too much done, and still have a decent chance the next round. It's going to be so close.
Imagine pushing a team like Na'Vi into a corner like this. Yes, they've still got fluidity of their economy. Yes, they've still got options on the board, but 14 apiece, they've had to climb their way back up.
Certainly
and this Oceanic squad of Order have now once again put everything up.
They did have hats boosted up on the short boxes there. Give himself a better line into mid, as he does have one of their only guns, or big guns even, with the M4 in hand, but instead Order favouring a bit more of a mid-heavy setup, knowing that Na'Vi have been big fans of the mid-split through to either bomb site, and it looks like that might be what they go for again, either that or a mid-split through to B, and that bomb is moving into apps by the looks of things, so indeed that will be the case. There's the utility out. This is going to be so close. Order, they've got 3 players on this side of the map. The other ones can rotate very fast up short behind these Na'Vi players if that's where they choose to go. Depends on this timing here. Inns spots 2, and there's 2 for Hats. That's what he needed. He will get traded, but the M4 does work. Here's the MP9 striking now for Inns, but not enough damage. Has to be Ali.
Oh, and he doesn't find it either. Left in a 3v2. Imagine comes in with the MP9. It's pretty much going to be up to Zeph, but he's coming through market as well. Bombs down on the B bomb site. Zeph is straight out. He needs a quick tap on top of Van. He gets the information, and he gets the kill. It's Zeph who makes it a 2v2. Flashes out there, peeks around the side, flashes himself. Oh, a bit of damage there onto Simple. He just needs to find the follow-up kill. Turns around, gets done by Bench. And Na'Vi on match point now. Oh, it looks so good. Until it wasn't.
Until it wasn't. It worked out perfectly to start with Hats with the excellent double entry on short, but that is where the weaker guns really make themselves known. Those MP9s, just not enough damage against the armor, unfortunately. If that had been, if you ran that setup again, but give them some slightly better guns, that was probably very nearly a win for Order, but not this time. Na'Vi get the better of it. It's Simple who helps out. Of course it is. Well, and that leaves Order in a very difficult position here with this buy. It's just pistols. It's a couple of SMGs. They do have the util, but this is going to be such a rough one for them to get into. And if they do, it's only overtime. There is no more winning this game in regulation.
We're left with MP9s. We're left with UMPs. It's going to ask for everything here. Barely any armor as well. Inns takes the first chunk, and Zeph needs this opening frag onto the A bomb site. Bit of a split towards B as well. Favouring it at the moment. Zeph gets impatient and peeks out. And not to his favour. Alistair with a deagle. Kind of falls back onto him. Imagine does get Zeus. OT on the line. Imagine will pick up an AK. see what he can do. He's coming up out of tunnels. He gets Edward as well, but as he peeks over Electronics there, he's not looking towards short. Hats actually just comes through. A 2 versus 3. In's caught out and CT dies to the Flame and to Flamey. They're onto the A bomb site. The bomb is going to go down. It's a 2 versus 2. AWPs and AKs in hands. And a bit of armor there as well, but Flamey just finds a peak, makes it a 1v2. Alistair is coming from T-Spawn. This is for Order to take it to OT, otherwise they drop to the lower bracket. Alistair walking in, Flamey here in the CT side. He'll now push in, all needed. Alistair mollies out into jungle, straight onto site. He plays aggressively, he'll smoke through there as well, but gets done by Simple. Up there on scaffolding, 16-14. Oh, and if you're an Order fan, a painful way to end, but Na'Vi getting tested in the end. They'll continue in the upper bracket, but Order will drop to lowers.
That said, though, they pushed Na'Vi all the way to 14 rounds, and it must be said, that was an incredibly T-sided map by both teams. Order got 10 rounds on their T-side, Na'Vi got 11 on theirs. So that was an incredibly T-sided Mirage, perhaps more than we normally see, but an incredibly thrilling game. Breaks players from both sides, really. I mean, Order, they did lose track of the momentum a little bit towards the latter stages of this first half, which, as you can see in these replays, watching their score go up and up, was really well played from them up to a point, but unfortunately, Na'Vi just too strong in the end. And some really nice plays there from as well. Like, Flamey in particular was so impactful on the T side there. His entering work was so good. So many rounds where he just managed to get a crisp headshot or two just when his team really needed it. And of course, Simple started to show up in the later game as well. And it must be said, Electronic got a 30 bomb. A bit over a 30 bomb, I believe, by the time we got to 30 rounds.
Definitely up there. There were some good moments from Order, but it was Simple, it was Electronic again. You know, you could talk up all the members of Na'Vi. It was a bit of a slow start for them, but once they got rolling, Order was so threatened, and you could see kind of the difference again between the two teams. But at points, Order were just showing why they kind of deserve to be here in this best of one, and of course in the finals for the EPL. So we go forward and we say, look, now Order look like more of a threat. Yeah,
I mean, certainly so, and that's a pretty good showing from them. I think they should be reasonably pleased with that one. Of course, it's still risky. They're still 0-1 in a double elimination bracket where 0-2 is out, but they're going to go through to the best of threes from here. And this is for Order, I think, on a personal note, it's a better showing than they've had at the previous international tournaments that we've seen them go to overseas. Getting 14 rounds against Na'Vi, while unfortunately for us and for Australian fans, they weren't able to get the win. Na'Vi played incredibly well to bring it back, and they really did push them quite hard. So for Order, I mean, we still need to see them go further than this. I'm not willing to say that, oh, wow, they're the best team in ever because they pushed Na'Vi to 14 rounds. They still need to do more in the best of threes. But
improvement.
Nonetheless, it was a very good showing indeed, and they really made Na'Vi work for what was a very impressive win.
Yeah, it definitely was. I think it was our most impressive game of the night as well. Order only falling by 14, or at least falling by 2, I should say. So Natus Vincere, aka Na'Vi, will move forward. But what we're coming up with next is we are coming up with Vici Gaming and Renegades. That will not be me and Tim. That, of course, will be Pilly and Mac, who are jumping on to start off our best of threes. A short break, and then, well, not just yet, Tim, before we go to this short break, let me ask you one question.
Yes.
Renegades, Vici, you're not going to have your chance to have your say, so tell me right now.
Renegades. Okay. Should be Renegades.
Okay, thank you.
Hopefully. I mean, I say that now because they're an all-Australian squad. It really should be Renegades, but we'll see.
Okay, well, obviously the Australian is strong in us. We're going to have a short break. When we return, coming back with more